We're outside on a beautiful, sunny winter day. However, tonight the temperatures are going to drop well below freezing. Despite the fact that it's beautiful now, there's a lot of people who are going to be left out in the cold tonight. We're going to meet with Kevin Service from the Samaritan Centre to talk about some of the challenges facing homeless people in Sudbury.
Sometimes we have stereotypes when we see people who may be carrying a duffel bag and appear to be homeless or pushing a shopping cart, that maybe they're an addict or an alcoholic. But we're finding that more and more people are living on the streets or in temporary shelters because of a whole variety of reasons, like a divorce or separation in their family. Maybe they've lost their job. And so those figures are in the hundreds in Sudbury.
So here under the Paris Street Bridge is a common place where homeless people seek shelter from the elements.
Sometimes you do see people like rolled up in cardboard boxes and under bridges and stuff like that. Anywhere where it's out of the weather, out of the elements, out of the rain and the snow and that kind of thing.
So because it is so cold in the wintertime and we don't have a lot of places where there is warm, how do people stay warm?
In the downtown area, people will try, say, a door of an apartment building and go into a foyer. Bank foyers have probably been one of the most popular places for homeless people to hang out, especially in the wintertime. But facilities like banks don't necessarily obviously want homeless people hanging out. More banks are closing down certain facilities, maybe in downtown areas, and opening up other banks in the outside of town so that those are more accessible to people. So that cuts down a number of places where homeless people can hang out.
Places like the underground parking lot at Tom Davey Square are another place homeless people could find themselves out of the elements.
Yeah, this parking lot here at Civic Square is really an ideal spot where a homeless person could really find refuge here. As we come down here, we can feel that it's probably 5 to 10 degrees Celsius warmer than the outside air. There is no wind down here. Also, vehicles in the parking lot are places where other people homeless people might find a place of refuge as well. I know that some people, when looking for a place to stay, might look for a car. And certainly in other cities, cars are a place of refuge where people will stay for extended periods of time. We're talking about people who access the Samaritan Centre and the services there, and some of them, they actually might have a pension or even might have a job, but for whatever reason, they come to the Samaritan Centre. Sometimes it's to find a relationship with other people, and sometimes it's to access the services there, such as the food programs and the other kinds of services that we have there. We provide food basically 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and supper. They can have a shower there. There's a free clothing depot there that they can access through the Corner Clinic Health Services and see a doctor or a health practitioner. Or they can also receive referrals for housing as well in the Samaritan Centre.
To help raise awareness and a little bit of funds for the cause, the Samaritan Centre is putting on a pretty innovative fundraiser. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Kevin?
Yeah, we're actually linking arms with a national agency called Coldest Night of the Year, which holds essentially what they are walkathons across Canada. Probably in about 40 cities across Canada, they're going to have a simultaneous walkathon to support agencies that meet the needs of the poor and the homeless. So that date is going to be the 23rd of February at 5 o'clock. We're going to leave the Rainbow Centre, and there's going to be a 2K, a 5K, and a 10K walk.
And if people want more information about that or want to participate, how do they find out more?
If you go to a website called coldestnightoftheyear.org, you can start a team there under the name of Sudbury Samaritan Centre, or you can join a team, or you can make a donation to a walker or to the Samaritan Centre.
Thanks so much, Kevin.
Thank you.